All right. Good Friday evening, Stop Channel Weather Watchers. We have finally, yes, finally, have made it to the last day of the work week, and not only that, but the evening of it as well. So hold on, let's go on real quick and give a quick round of applause. There you go. There's the round of applause for us making it all the way here. So without further ado, that's the only time we're going to use that. But I do want to go on and get started. We have some new stuff at the with the channel tonight. And there does come with the models as well. Models that we have, models have changed. I know that we have also have the time has been changed in terms of the way I was formatted, but we'll go over that in just a second. But hold on, give me like 2 seconds, and then we will get started. All right, apologies for that. We are back. Now we're actually going to go on and get started. If you have not hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, or hit the share button, make sure you go and do so. Also, go on and hit the poll. Inside the chat, the poll says, "Are you ready for this weekend's severe weather?" Um, that is going out in about right now. So go on and vote in that if you have not already. And let's go on and get started. Good Friday evening, South Carolina Weather Watchers. Hopefully everyone has had a fantastic Friday. I am your meteorologist, Jeff Peterson, and let's go on and talk about the weather for your Friday evening going into your future. Right now, looking at the radar, we have a strong storm going on right now. We do have a strong storm going on right now. I'm going through Camden, Hartsville, as well, Elgin, Boykin, all inside of this thunderstorm risk right here. And if we go on and look throughout the entire United States, I mean, we have severe weather that's going on through Georgia, Alabama, as well as Mississippi, Louisiana, and even Texas as well. Some rain going on in Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, as well as Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, as well as New Hampshire. We also do have some rain going on in Oregon and even California, Nevada, Arizona, and New Mexico. As well. As we go on and move on to our cloud cover right now is showing some pretty heavy cloud cover throughout a good amount of the state. Cloud cover from Columbia through Florence, Myrtle Beach and Charleston getting some, the upstate still getting some as well. And that was expected. We knew that clouds were going to grow as the night progressed. So, this is not really that much of a surprise. If we go to our cloud cover for our future, go on and push this forward right here, you can see that the cloud cover is indeed going to continue just to grow as we continue to move this forward. This is going all the way around 12 hours out. You can still see that the cloud cover is pretty much just going inside, or kind of just going inside the state and kind of leaving the state. But as we get into tomorrow afternoon, you can see cloud cover is completely pretty much just kind of separating in the middle from the Midlands, parts of the Low Country as well. But clouds in the upstate, coastal regions, but in the middle there, getting a bit clear. Current temperature 75 in Columbia, 66 in Camden, 75 in Bishopville, 75 in Hartsville, as well as 77 in Florence, 77 in Marion, as well as 73 in Conway, 73 in Myrtle Beach, as well as 71 in North Myrtle Beach, 70 in Saluda, 68 in Newberry, 68 in Lawrence, as well as 66 in Greenville, 66 in Spartanburg, as well as 63 in Gaffney, 68 that is inside of York, as well as 79 in 73 in Walterboro, 73 in Beaufort, as well as 73 in Ridgeland, as well as 77 in Allendale as well. Low temperatures for tonight: 61 in Anderson, 61 in Greenville, as well as 61 in Lawrence, 63 in Newberry, 63 as well inside of Aiken, as well as 62 in Barnwell, 64 inside of Orangeburg, as well as 70 in Hilton Head Island, 70 in Charleston, 64 in Georgetown, and 67 in Myrtle Beach. I'm looking at our forecast precipitation for tonight. Around a tenth of an inch to a quarter of an inch possible inside of Anderson, Greenville, as well as a quarter of an inch to half an inch inside of Rock Hill, Spartanburg, even Lawrence and Winsboro, even Columbia, getting in on some of that rainfall. Walterboro, tenth of an inch to a quarter of an inch, hundredth of an inch to a tenth of an inch for places like Florence, Dillon, Girard, Hilton Head Island as well. And so some places will definitely still get some rain as we get into from 8 p.m. tonight, 8 p.m. tomorrow, as the rain's already falling. Going into our SPC outlook, slight risk of severe weather. Greenville, Spartanburg, that is in effect for tonight. And in terms of just the update, I think it actually has updated, if I'm not mistaken. It is mainly a wind threat, hail threat as well, but mainly wind and hail, maybe a very, very isolated, actually not even a tornado threat. They actually got rid of that. But here's what the new one looks like right now. They actually just updated the new one. Here's what it looks like. Slight risk still in effect for Greenville, Anderson, Clemson, but Spartanburg, Rock Hill, Columbia. You might as well include Florence in there. Marginal risk of severe weather. For wind and hail, wind is the main threat, and hail is kind of like a secondary threat going into tomorrow. Saturday, May the 3rd, the entire low country of South Carolina, most of the PD region, the Great Strand region, as well as the Midlands and even the upstate, all still have a marginal risk of severe weather, and then a little slight risk up there for York and Rock Hill as well. That's for wind, again, wind and hail. No tornado threat for tomorrow, but that wind and hail threat is there. And we're still not done. Sunday, May the 4th, 2025, marginal risk of severe weather for Columbia, Florence, Myrtle Beach, Charleston, and Hilton Head Island. That is for, again, probably a wind and hail threat. Not really much of a tornado threat. We'll continue to monitor that, though, and see what happens. But severe weather weekend seems to be in play. For at least pretty much all of us. So everyone inside the state will have their fair share of some type of severe weather this weekend. So definitely watch for that. As we go on now, let's go on and talk about our model. So here we go right here. Time is in the top right corner of your screen. You can see, I've revamped it a little bit. No longer seeing any ads on the side. You get the time at the top right corner of your screen. It's there. So no more, nothing like that. But as we go on and continue this forward, going on, starting off at 9 p.m. On May the 2nd. You see that we do have some rain, shower, thunderstorm activity. That was kind of expected. And as we continue this forward even more, this is 1 o'clock in the morning, going all the way to around 3 to 4 a.m., still looking at shower, downpour activity going on up there inside the upstate. And as you continue through all the way to 12 p.m., this is 12 p.m. tomorrow, still looking like some rain activity up in the upstate, even inside of the Midlands as well by around 7 to 8 p.m. as well. And then as you continue all the way to 11 p.m. into 12 a.m. as well, rain and thunderstorm activity goes through. Then 3 to 4 a.m., we still have that that severe weather potential, and so you can kind of see it right here. This is it by around 7 p.m. tomorrow, and it pushes off and may continue all the way to around 2 a.m. But that's what's going on. Obviously, like I said, thunderstorm filled weekend, and I don't think anyone's really surprised by that. Going into our GFS model, let's go and look at this real quick. Time again, top right corner. As you go on and push this forward, this is around 8 p.m. May the 3rd right here. As we continue to push this forward right here, you still do have that rain threat as we go into around May the 4th. May the 5th looking dry, May the 6th looking dry. The 7th will come in and bring in some rain, thunderstorm activity. May the 8th and the 9th might as well. And as we continue all the way through May the 11th, May the 11th and the 12th, showing some rain and some thunderstorm activity as well. And as you go all the way to around May the 13th, May the 14th as well, still continuing there. And then going all the way to around May the 8th. But overall, this active pattern that we've been talking about in terms of rainfall is indeed still occurring. So we definitely need to watch as we get later into May in terms of what will each storm system do and how much and what's going on in terms of its strength as well. So we'll continue to watch that as we go through the next couple of days. But that's it for the long-term future, the short-term future as well. So let's go on now and talk about the wildfire update. If you obviously we haven't talked about the wildfires in quite a minute just because there's been nothing going on. And you can take a guess and see what you think. But we actually do have some new wildfire condition going on, or some new wildfires going on, like up here inside of Lee County. Nothing, 0 acres, not barely anything right there. Darlington also had a fire today as well. And then down here inside of Beaufort, again, 0 acres. So just, again, still not looking at anything huge or anything like that. But that obviously is a great thing. And obviously with some more rain today, hopefully that will help tremendously with our drought conditions that are going on. So now I do want to go on and show a couple of things real quick. Well, one picture real quick. I did get a picture from Miss Tolliver that shows her pond. Obviously, if you don't know what the pond updates are, she gives us a little update on what's going on in terms of her pond. Obviously, she says that it is that it's looking a bit dry right now, and obviously it definitely needs some more rain added to it, because obviously we haven't been getting much rain here at all. So we definitely need it, and I did get the picture. I can see your comment inside the chat. I did receive it. Here it is, right here. And there was also another one as well. It's just geese family that's going on, just minding their own business. But obviously looking, honestly, I don't know if I'd say interested or disappointed that there's not a lot of rain going on right now, but rain is coming 100%. So if you haven't gotten any rain yet, there's a good chance this weekend that you could get some. So hopefully if you need it, you're going to be able to get it. But now let's go on and talk with the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. See what the audience has to say for tonight. We have a lot of chat. Mr. Anthony says, good evening to you. The weather is great in Jacksonville. That's a great thing to hear. Ms. Officer says, hello all the way from the scenic city of Chattanooga, Tennessee. It is raining cats and dogs here. We've had some hail today. What's the weather looking in Chattanooga tomorrow? Also, did you get my picture that I emailed you? Yes, just showed it. And I just saw the comment that you posted while I was showing it. But it, in terms of, what you're saying about the pond and all that kind of stuff, definitely still do need rain, like you said. Thad says, good evening. I hope all is well. We're getting some good rain today. I hope it continues. We'll talk about that in just a second. We'll talk about San Antonio in just a second. Mr. Oliver says, your sound going in and out for me right now. It's looking great on my end right now. I don't know if it was going out earlier. I was just steady talking. I wasn't really checking it as much. But right now it's good. That says, I think it's your connection. Yeah, it probably did go out just for a little bit, but it's back now. Trail says, hi Joseph, I did not get my notification. I didn't even get my own notification either. So it was not just you. I think it's something on YouTube's side. It has to be, because I can't control what notifications go out. YouTube just does it automatically. So if the notification does not go out, nothing I can really do about that, except for that's just something that YouTube has to fix on their end. But that's it inside of the chat. I don't see anything else. Let's go on and talk about the crazy score for tonight. The crazy score for tonight. We obviously do have some obviously some storms going on, so that score will probably be a bit high. That storms will probably be a bit high, and kind of what is expected as we continue through this weekend as well. But in terms of the weather intensity score or the crazy score, it is actually, not as, right now, it's not as high as I thought it was going to be, but it is at a 30 right now. Let me go in and show you. Here we go right here. It is at a 30. Strong storm potential and continued thunderstorm activity, but not quite stormy on its own. So it's actually inside that noticeable, or actually right there on the mild, still in mild, actually slightly breezy or cloudy, but no major concerns. Honestly, I think that I would shift it more into the moderate category, if anything. But again, I don't make it. This is automatic. This is like automatic. It makes it itself, and it's put itself at a 30. So I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to argue or do anything like that. We're just going to go what it says, and it's inside the high end mild, maybe trying to get into the low end moderate category. And that's it in terms of the intensity score. Let's talk about San Antonio, Raleigh, and Philadelphia. Let's talking about San Antonio first. Low temperatures tonight, 66. High temperatures tomorrow, 80. Low temperatures tomorrow night at 59. And there actually is Okay, I just saw, I can't hear you, it's in and out. I'm fine on my end right now. I'm not quite sure why it's still going on, but for me, it's fine for me. So I don't know, might be something on, I don't know. I honestly cannot answer that question, but for me, it's fine. But continuing on, precipitation tomorrow during the day, no precipitation, and also tomorrow night, nothing going on as well. Going into Raleigh. Next, low temperatures tonight, 65. High temperatures tomorrow, 85. Low temperatures tomorrow night at 64. Slight chance of thunderstorms tonight. And then precipitation tomorrow. Showers are possible tomorrow night. As you go into Philadelphia, low temperatures tonight, 67. High temperatures tomorrow, 86. Low temperatures tomorrow night at 64. And then a slight chance of thunderstorms tonight. Chance of showers tomorrow during the day. And then tomorrow night, showers are likely. And that's it in terms of all three locations. Severe weather. Severe weather is also a factor as we go into tonight for all of these locations. Especially Texas being the main one, which is under a slight risk of severe weather. And we did get a video from San Antonio as well. We'll show that in just a second. But here we go. Slight risk of severe weather. That's for small chance of tornadoes, wind, and hail. Hail is probably the main threat, but that wind risk is still there and still prominent as well. Going into North Carolina, Raleigh, marginal risk of severe weather for tonight. That is for rain and hail, wind, all that kind of stuff. And then Pennsylvania or Philadelphia, as well, also has a marginal risk of severe weather. That is for wind, and then as you go into tomorrow, as well, wind and hail as well for tomorrow. And then the hazards for Raleigh for tonight and tomorrow are pretty much the same, wind and hail pretty much. And so that's it there. Excessive rainfall. I know San Antonio has their risk for excessive rainfall as we go through like the next 5 days or so. So we still have a good amount of days left, and a good amount of days that you could still get some rainfall, even though no precipitation is expected tomorrow. That might just be like a little gap. But as of now, it's looking like that some excessive rainfall could be going on Monday, maybe even into Tuesday as well. But you might get a little bit of a break this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. But now let's go in and show the pictures, because we did get some pictures from San Antonio tonight. Here's the first one. I'm holding a piece of hail. Now, again, I don't know how big that is. It looks relatively small, but hail is confirmed Honestly, if you ever do want to send that in, you should send that into the National Weather Service next time that you get it. If you have like social media or anything like that, you can at them on any sort of social media, or I think you can even call or text or do something to where you can put this in and they can put it in the system and check and see what's going on. Here's also just a little video playing. It's just showing again some more torrential downpours, wind, and hail all falling at the same time. That is a really nice porch. I don't know if that's the back. I think that's the back or patio, that is. But you can see exactly what I'm talking about, though, with the heavy rain and heavy wind going on. And that is it in terms of videos that we have. Again, if you want to send any videos, you can by sending them to scweather360 at gmail.com. Again, that is scweather360 at gmail.com if you want to go on and look at that. I did not forget as well, we still need to do the forecast for Chattanooga as well. So here we go up here. So starting off 9 p.m. Going into tomorrow. So yeah, 9 p.m. right here. You can obviously see rain going on, and that will continue all the way through the nighttime hours as you get to around 5 to 6 a.m. You know, a little bit of a break, but then maybe some more rain by the time you get to around 8 to 9, maybe even around 12 p.m. Tomorrow morning into tomorrow afternoon. And then there goes some more severe weather right here by around 5 p.m. So definitely you need to watch for some storms going to around 5 to 6 p.m. those evening hours there as you go into May the 3rd. And then in terms of temperatures as well, because why not? Temperatures around going into this morning or tomorrow morning is going to be like in the low 60s. And then in terms of your high temperature, that's going to be inside of the low 70s. And then low temperatures going into your Sunday morning, going to be around 51. And so that's it for your forecast for Chattanooga. Obviously, thunderstorms, we just talked about that, are possible indeed tomorrow. But that's going to wrap that up. Let's go on and talk about what's going on throughout the entire United States. Severe thunderstorms are expected from central Texas to middle Tennessee and Kentucky this afternoon into tonight. Large hail and damaging winds are the main threat. Heavy to excessive rainfall may produce areas of flooding today and tonight from central Texas into the lower Mississippi Valley as well. So, I mean, we have a bunch going on. We also do have some frost in Nebraska, Kansas. That's going to happen tonight. High wind going to happen inside of portions of California. Wind advisories out. That is for, probably winds of up to around 35 to 45 miles per hour out there in California. And other than that, that's pretty much all I have for tonight. Let me check the chat one more time. Thank you, it works now. And that's it. So I don't see anything else. If you have not answered the poll inside the chat, make sure you go and do so. I said, are you ready for this weekend severe weather? 86% says yes, while 14% says no. If you're not prepared, you need to get prepared because, you only have like less than 24 hours at this point. So definitely prepare for that. If you have not hit the like button or the subscribe button, make sure you go and do so. Also, make sure that you go on and hit the share button. We're trying to hit to 500 subscribers at 447. 3 more people is needed until we get to the big goal of 450, and then 53 is needed for the big goal of 500. Let's go on and get to 500 quickly, hopefully, as like I said, big things will be coming. Big things will be coming to the channel when we get to 500. So let's go on and get there, and I will be back tomorrow morning with your Saturday morning forecast update. Everyone have a fantastic rest of your Friday evening.